Eddie, I'm a detective from the sheriff's office. They just said that you're supposed to be in room 5900.
No, not that I'm supposed to be. I've been victimized by that courtroom, and I'm trying to effect justice in regards to the abuse I received by that courtroom.
Okay. What's the... All right, Eddie, tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I am an individual who has substantial knowledge of his rights and the use of records, and what basically happened is this court, they charged me criminally with a civil matter. They forced me to go through a trial to which they did not allow any of my documentation to be entered into court. They ignored every notice, every motion that I submitted in regards to the court proceedings.
Okay, Eddie, do you have an attorney?
No, I represent myself.
You represent yourself. Okay, Eddie, well, that's the first problem. Okay. Eddie, your best bet is to do this. What were you officially charged with, Ed?
Simulating legal process under a color of law is actually a charge that is exclusively for individuals who hold public office.
Okay, all right. Eddie, this is not a criminal matter, okay? Your best bet, Eddie, would be to take it up with the public defender's office and get yourself a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay.
And
follow up there.
Okay, I understand where you're directing me to, but my understanding is I have firsthand knowledge of the matter, and I have talked to dozens of attorneys, and they will not touch this case in regards to the immense amount of fraud that has been committed against me.
Okay. Eddie, I can't help you there.
Okay.
Okay. That your best bet is to tell me what is the reason that an attorney won't touch this?
Because of the immense corruption and fraud perpetrated by the court.
Yeah,
clerk
that's Eddie. That's bullshit. Eddie, that part is bullshit. Because if there was something that was going on, like if the court did something criminally, which I can't imagine the court would do it. It's got to be something to do with your case or the allegation that's being brought against you, Ed.
Okay, well, being that I have submitted criminal affidavits myself, and I can't get those criminal affidavits heard or certified or affect an arrest warrant for the judge or this clerk, lets me know that it's not a two-way street when it comes to justice.
Well, are you at Ball? Do you have a law degree, Ed?
No, I do not.
No, you don't. Okay. All right. Well, that's why I would suggest that you really sit down with an attorney, Eddie, and kind of go through your case with them. And everything that you're telling me has got to be brought. You've got to fill out the correct paperwork. And I would suggest, Ed, that you either go seek a paralegal, okay, either to do this for you, which will probably cost you nothing, or you go to the public defender's office.
Okay, I see what I understand what you're saying, but
and the only reason I tell you that is because I can see where you're running into the issue here is because the court is not recognizing the documents that you're submitting. Either you're not bringing forward a correct legal argument to them, okay, or
let me tell you something.
Forms are not done correctly.
Okay, let me explain something to you. There's no science or grand scheme in producing evidence for a court. There's a law written, and you either follow the law or you break the law. So I have established criminal complaints as to not following the law, not adhering to the law, but I can't affect any move from the sheriff's or the judiciary committee or the state attorney general's office in no shape, form, or fashion. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so that would be my only suggestion to you, that if you think that you have been wronged by the court, is it particularly Judge Bober?
It's Bober, and there's another act where I don't know if you're familiar with the home invasion done by your sheriff's department in regards to private property. But that's on the internet. Just type in BSO gang in action and you'll see. The individuals were acting outside of their lawful authority. I asked them to act and protect my property rights pursuant to the Florida Constitution and the United States Constitution, and that was disobeyed.
Okay, Eddie, tell me this: Did the deputies who were when they were at your house, did they leave you? When was this done?
This was done like May 3rd of this month.
Okay.
They confiscated everything. They took my deed.
Why were they there at your house? Well, for what reason?
Okay, there was a civil dispute as to ownership or title of the house.
I see. Okay. All right. Did they leave you a copy of a search warrant?
No, they didn't have any paperwork, none whatsoever.
Well, did they leave you an eviction notice?
They left me no notice, no nothing.
Okay. Eddie, have you gone down to the sheriff's office, the public safety building there? And
I have been down there before.
Okay, down to the civil window?
Correct.
There's a civil window on the first floor?
Yes, I tried to file a injunction for the actions of the Broward County Commissioner on June 1st, and that actually that information was lost by the Broward Sheriff's Office. It actually made there and was supposed to be served, but when I spoke to a young lady in the Civils Department, she said she has no record of it.
And if there were deputies at your house, they were there for either a civil process. Did they evict you?
Yes, they did.
They did. Okay, so they were there for a civil process.
They had no paperwork. They had no I had all documentation. I had all paperwork. They had nothing.
Okay, you can do this, and you can do this through the Freedom of Information Act, and you can get a copy of any time that deputies or any police officer goes to a particular residence, and they have to log or they have to make notice to someone as to why and for what reason they're at a particular residence. Okay, so if you go there and you say, "Listen, I want all the calls for service at whatever particular residence you're looking for," they have to provide that to you.
Okay.
And that would be a good starting point for you because on that particular day in May, the deputies would have had to have documented somewhere.
Well,
they were at your house to evict you for whatever reason. Now, they can't just evict you at just, for no reason. I mean, they have to
follow certain procedures.
Yes, exactly. Hang on just a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hang on.
Interesting. From the mouth of a sheriff's deputy, he tells me I was wronged. Amazing.
Okay, Eddie.
Yes.
Okay, all right, Ed.
Yes.
You can go to the sheriff's office, file under the Freedom of Information Act, and you can get the reason as to why the deputies were there,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get a copy of everything.
Okay.
If the deputies failed to leave you a copy there, Ed, you can get a copy of any civil process that was served at your particular residence on that day.
Wonderful.
All
Well,
right?
I can
and
tell
then
you
from
that.
there, Ed, you can start building your case.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your
Eddie,
time.
you're very welcome.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, he was one of the more friendly ones. But I hope y'all enjoyed that and learned something, because I'm living it.